Hi crypto fans, welcome to CCS Cryptocurrency State. My name is Santiago, I'm a web developer and investor, and in today's video we are going to cover a very important project. It's called Klima DAO, and this is an amazing project with a lot of potential, which Mark Cuban has been investing already. I'm going to show you my report. We are going to cover the token, the chart a little bit, and all the news about this project, why carbon assets is the new thing for different companies. We are going to see also the clip from Mark Cuban when he says that he has been invested in Klima DAO and why. So this is a very important video. I have not been contacted or paid from Klima DAO, but I am planning to invest in this project. Before we begin, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get the notifications, and without anything else, let's go into it. Hey guys, like I said, I have not been contacted from this company. This came from a previous video that I did from the projects of Polygon, because Klima DAO right now, if you go to the Polygon network, TVL, Klima DAO right now is at position 10 of all the projects of Polygon. It's running only in Polygon and has already $54 million in TVL, helping the Polygon ecosystem. And from my previous video that you can see here, all the best Polygon projects, is where I came with this project. Klima DAO is a fight climate change and earn rewards with Klima token, a digital currency backed by real carbon assets. If you don't know what carbon assets are, I'm going to put the link on the description for this. It's a very new topic for the climate change solutions and all that. Carbon assets is something that companies invest and companies need to consider to be a carbon neutral company. Carbon assets are intangible assets, include offsets, carbon credits, which are things that companies need to be carbon neutral, facilitates that generate performance credit, and allowances. Intangible assets are non-monetary assets that cannot be seen, touched, or physically measured, and which are created through time and/or effort. So having that in mind, I will put the link on the description so you understand a little bit about that. But Klima DAO is a DeFi that defies climate change. It's the center of a new green economy built on the energy efficient Polygon network. Klima DAO uses a stack of technologies to reduce market fragmentation and accelerate the delivery of climate finance to sustainability projects globally. Now, to understand a little bit more why I think this project is bullish, let's hear a little bit from the Mark Cuban mouth. This is just from August 7. He talked in Altcoin Daily, and let's go hear it.
I mean, I'm a fan of Klima DAO, right? Which used to be high cap, now it's about a $30 million market cap. One of the applications that I think will work, or I hope will work, and I'll take a step back to explain why. Like a couple years ago, I went and bought some carbon offsets because I wanted to offset my personal and corporate carbon footprint. And it's a pain in the ass to go and do that, right? You have to go through a broker. You don't know what's real or not real. There is no real blockchain type scenario to verify everything that's easy. And then Klima came along and I invested purely because I think it's easier right now as we speak to buy a Klima token, an MCO token, a BCT token, and burn it and take the treasury back out, and take that as an offset, right? And they make it easy to do. Now you can look at it as an investment and there's upside to it if this happens a lot. But the worst case, which is the way I also try to look at things, is worst case is I just burn them, and based off their treasury that I burned, I've offset X amount of tons of carbon. And to me, that's a win no matter how you look at it. And so they're still early in the game. They've made some missteps, but I think they've really gotten their act together. Like Polygon came in and bought a bunch, and as a result, offset their footprint for their proof of stake network. And I think more and more companies will do that. And so that's a low market cap one that I like. KLIMA.
Guys, if you are liking this video so far about Klima DAO and all the potential that you have, please click the icon that you have here below me. That is a direct icon to subscribe to the channel, so you don't miss anything about Klima DAO or another projects or reviews that I do. So click the icon to subscribe to the channel. Thank you. So guys, you hear it from Mark Cuban's mouth. Companies have a climate footprint that they need to follow. There are a lot behind that, not only in the US but around the world. And Klima DAO will help a lot to organizations on that. And if you go to the Twitter at Klima DAO, 70k followers, and you can see here this pinned comment that Klima Infinity is the next generation carbon toolkit for your organization. And if you go to this website /infinity, you have all this section that is a next generation carbon toolkit for your organization. All this is not only for personal and retail investors. This is very speculative toolkit project that will help companies and organizations to make that carbon-free footprint for the organization and companies. There are a lot of information here. And what is a carbon offset that Mark Cuban mentioned? A carbon offset unit represents the removal of 1 ton of carbon dioxide equivalent from the atmosphere, or the avoidance of 1 ton of emissions. So this is really important. We are really into climate change. Companies need to follow that laws. That is why many people are angry against proof of work, like Bitcoin does, for the energy cost and all that. This project appeared here to help all the organizations in that fight. And it's not only that they can invest in the token and generate revenue for that, like Mark Cuban mentioned, they can use this token to generate that carbon offset. So what is the role of Klima token? Well, there are a lot of roles besides use it for investment or using for governance. I will put the link of the description of this article. This is from the blog of Klima DAO Finance. It's actually super interesting to see how they can use the token into many different things. And also Klima DAO is in legal teams meetings in Washington the last week. The core member OX Legal provide a tour the force of a thread summarizing the events and the positive developments happening in the regulatory sphere. So Klima DAO is also involved of all the laws around this, so that is great to know. And the thing with Klima DAO is that they have not been here so much time ago. If you go to the chart, you will see that in the market they started here at the end of 2021. So the token is really suffering right now because they started at the peak of the last bull run, October, November, and from there, of course, all the markets have been doing it really bad. But the important thing with this token is that it's right now a 99.9 down from the all-time high. The all-time high was $3,777. Right now it's at $5.41. So if I go to this information, you will know that we are 707x from all-time high at the current price. So usually in a bull run, the tokens go back and surpass the all-time high of the previous bull run. That has been my strategy on the last bear markets and bull runs that make me a lot of profits. So I always see the last all-time high of any coin before investing, because that is my first target when I will start taking profits. And in the case of Klima DAO, we are not 10x like many altcoins right now. We are 700x from the all-time high. This can be attributed for bad decisions at the moment for Klima DAO, but basically is that they really peak and started to grow at the end of the bull run. So that is not super great timing, I could say. It's not their fault. If you see the chart, it's absolutely horrifying chart. For any reason, I will start investing in something look like this. But there are many long-term fundamental analysis that I really think that investing in this project for a long term could be a very good idea. And because you are 700x from the all-time high, you really can make a lot of money if we come back to those levels. So there's not much to analyze in the chart, just a couple of points of support and resistance. Let's say that we have been hitting some local high here. We come back to the golden pocket at $4. So from $4, I think is a great point to enter this. And if not, right now I will not be entered at this exact moment. We are super overextended in the RSI. You can see this in the daily RSI. We are at 87. So I never will enter into a coin above the 70 points of the RSI. So I will wait some retracement here. The same has been happening with the stochastic RSI, but now again it's crossing bullish. So I really prefer to wait this and maybe enter at a more comfortable zone above $10, where you have support here, a nice combination of volume here in this small chart that doesn't have too many history. So I prefer to enter above $10 or wait for a retracement at $4. Those are my targets for entering into this project, but I really think that I will put some money on this. And looking for news for Klima DAO, you can see that in January 2022 we have a lot of bump about this coin. Klima DAO expand carbon offset treasury by 14 million in 2 months, so that has been great. Klima DAO carbon offset catch the attention of traditional firms. This is what happened with Mark Cuban. And Klima DAO accumulates 100 million of carbon offsets aimed to drive up price. So $100 million guy there of carbon offsets accumulated by the company. And like I mentioned, they are really active in Twitter, so you cannot say that the project is dead, not even close. They are really pushing into this. And of course, a lot of things need to happen in order to this project really succeed. But I think how the world is moving and how the climate change has been a priority for many countries, I really think this could be a success project from here to 5 years. And guys, let's do some math of the chart. Guys, if you are liking the video so far, please click the icon that you have below me here. This is a direct click icon to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything of my videos and reviews. Thank you. Hey guys, another thing with Klima DAO is that if you check here in markets, the only place you can find it is in SushiSwap in Polygon network. And this also has a reason. Because for holding the tokens, you have a 1% weekly rewards, and these are Klima tokens that are minted and distributed automatically every 7 hours to staked Klima holders. Grow your Klima holdings as we use share in a more sustainable future together. So yeah, basically you will get passive Klima tokens just for holding them in this distribution. So that is also a very positive thing if you get into the token, which is I plan to do. But let's do some mathematical things here. Having in consideration what I told already, this is the current price. The all-time high was $3,777. We are 707 X's from all-time high. So we need to multiply 5.34 for this number in order to get this price. That is why from the current price we need to do 707 X's from now. So having that in consideration, if you invest $100 right now at this price, you will get 18.72 Klima tokens. And that, if you multiply those amount of tokens per 707, that will give you $13,239. That will be the price if we go back to the all-time high. Usually, for a theory that I have been mentioning in a previous video, we do at least 3 X's from the last all-time high on the next bull run. So for the peak of the next bull run, usually we have been doing 3x, and some altcoins do more, but Bitcoin, for example, has been doing 3x from the last peak all-time high of 2017 to the next one, and altcoins tend to do the same or more. So we can expect that your $100 investment in the next peak of the bull run, it will be almost $40,000 if we come back to the all-time high and we do the 3x for the next bull run. And if you put $500 right now, you will get almost 100 Klima tokens. And remember, this is without compounding. This is without counting your rewards. So counting your rewards, you will get more Klima during the time. So $500 here in theory could give you almost $200,000. $1,000 could give you almost $400,000. And for your $1 million, you need to put $2,500. That will give you almost the $1 million trade for this. Of course, this is all speculation, but it's based in really statistic things, so it's not completely out of the mind. I have been doing a report and information about this in a previous video, so you can check it here. Why I have the theory of the 3x from all-time high. That is not my opinion, it's something that I discovered seeing the charts of different bull runs and bear markets. And the thing to come back to an all-time high is usually for all the bear markets and bull runs always happen to that. So here is my mathematical equation for that and all the report for Klima DAO, guys. If you liked this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get notifications, and put your comments below. What do you think about Klima DAO? Do you have another information to share that I can put in a comment, in the pinned comment? Just put something about Klima DAO in the comment section. I would really appreciate. Or what do you think about that? Even if you don't think that this is a cool project, just put your comments on why not, and that would be great. Guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye.